Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
All right, hey everybody, welcome to the Monday Mastermind meetup group. Now, there's been a lot of changes, of course. That's probably what's on everybody's mind, changes, and I've gotten a few other questions to cover tonight. But I think everything's working out well. Hopefully everybody, has made it into the membership site. We got a ton of stuff that we're adding, especially for Mastermind members. It's kind of a levelized type group, but the masterminds are if you're in the mastermind, you get everything on the site. There is some free content for people who aren't in the mastermind groups, but the only people that see the masterminds is the people in the mastermind group. So those things that say Mastermind 1, Mastermind 2, whatever of those groups you're in, it's still going to be the same. Nobody will ever see more than 50 leads, and all of those things that we've done all along, except I think it's going to be a lot better. Now we can, all those videos that people are constantly saying that they didn't see or didn't know about, the tons of discounts that you have access to that you may have never even looked at, we'll all have individual pages for that, as well as the leads. If you haven't checked your email, you should have gotten an email, telling you about, the leads for the day with a link to look at them, as well as they're on the site. So if you haven't logged into the site, or if you haven't gotten both of those emails or any emails, then, you really need to contact Valerie, because, the email you signed up with is where we set up your account with. So if you're not getting those emails, there's a reason. So you may need to whitelist us in your email so you get those emails, or you may have changed your email since you signed up and you're not getting those messages. So, you really need to get those messages from us. And the email is how you log in. So, it's very easy. If you didn't get the email, you can just go there and request a new one. We'll get you all going. I'm going to take you through and show you what everything works. We have a whole list of things that we're adding. So, every day there should be more pages. There's, a great tool that we're still tweaking that, the top 10,000 tool. I know there's a top 5,000 tool, and we started developing, ours way before I heard about the other one. So, instead of flooding the market, I figured, I could just give it away for free, and save everybody whatever they're charging, $30 or $40 a month, and it does a lot more stuff. So, it's a tool you can go, you go there, you can select what category, what subcategory, you can download all the top 1,000 items or whatever it is, and then run it through a program like OA X-Ray. And it'll let you, OA X-Ray will show you all the stores they are, what price is good ROI, or you can contact the manufacturers directly, set up wholesale accounts. There's a ton of stuff you can do when you have a list of all the top selling items in each category. Kelly was asking a line or two to describe the content of the particular Monday Mastermind would be helpful instead of just the day. I've wanted to go back but couldn't even guess which one I should rewatch. Just an idea. Yes, we're working on that. And, if you've ever used, when we started out, I wasn't in a lot of other masterminds. I just did things to help people, and as we've grown, we've found that we need, a lot better way to, curate the content. So, we have a ton of content and people just don't know where to start. A lot of people just, don't do it because they don't know where to start. So if you've ever been to, any online courses, things like Udemy, we're going to have a format similar to that. We build a complete course on OA X-ray, and we haven't even shown it to anybody. So, you know, we're going to be putting that inside there. All the masterminds will have access to it. You know, what's going to be probably a $200 course on Udemy, but they changed their rules. So, you know, we're going to put that in there for the masterminds and then maybe sell it to everybody else for, you know, some kind of fee. But we build a full course on that, and we're going to take all the videos that we already have, add some more content to it, and we're going to put the videos, you know, in a course. You know, so you'll have sections on, you know, the product reviews and, you know, things you need for or, you know, dealing with rank and, you know, and all these type of things, you know, and we'll have it in categories, and then, you know, each video and what each video is about. You know, so, you know, it's going to make things, you know, a whole lot easier. And the same thing with, you know, the reviews. The reviews will have the discounts on the same pages. You know, we're just trying to build everything for the masterminds to get, you know, what you guys need. You know, and the biggest problem that we found, you know, if you were seeing all the stuff, great, but a lot of people weren't seeing all the leads we were posting. You know, and that's a big part of the group, you know, the stuff to buy. And if you're not seeing that, maybe you're not getting the best value out of the group. Maybe, you know, it's not showing in your feed, and there's nothing we can do about that. You know, you can't even, for private groups or any groups, you can't buy the advertisement. You know, if I had a public profile or a personal page, I could buy ads to make sure the people that were subscribed to it could see it, but with groups you can't do that. And of course we can't post all that stuff, you know, anywhere publicly. So, you know, even if we wanted to promote it to you guys, we wouldn't be able to. You know, so the best option was to, you know, send those leads to you in email, give you, you know, a website that you could go to and always look at that. You know, and as well as, you know, we're setting up something. So if you want it on your phone, you want a text message every day when those leads are available, we can send you that with a link. You just click on the link in your text message and go there. It's something you would sign up for. You know, it'd be free, but, you know, you'd have to opt into that if that's something you wanted. You know, but we're just trying to, you know, get the content to you the quickest way we can. So, you know, you always have access to it. You know, and if you have any other ideas, ways we can help you or anything we can put into here, you know, we're all about, you know, getting you as much content as we can. So I'm going to hop over and I'm going to show you exactly what the site is, how we're using it, and, you know, hopefully everybody sees this. Valerie, you'll have to monitor all the video, the messages.
Yeah.
So when you log in, this is the page you see. Now, if you didn't get the email, of course, contact Valerie. We'll get you all straightened out. This is their login page. As you can see here, this is Mastermind Basic. This is the things that free people will get to. Nobody knows this exists except, you know, our paid members. We're not putting it out there to the public yet, but when we do, you know, this will be all that you see. This is the free, this is your Mastermind page. So starting out, this is the welcome. You should watch all the videos that you have access to. Watch the training. We haven't put this in yet, and there's a link to you know, our whitelist. So this is if you're not getting our messages, Valerie will send you the link. You don't have to be logged in to see this exact page. This is going to show you exactly everything you have to do, Yahoo, Gmail, or any other pages, what you have to do to get our messages. So if you're not getting our messages, they might be going to the spam folder. Definitely don't want that. And you know, there's a link to our public group, and there's just an introduction page. And some of the other things you can see here are our weekly BOLO list. If you get the free list on Gumroad, this is the same thing. It makes it a lot easier for you guys to download. And the top 10K Amazon tool, this isn't activated yet, but we're going to have that straightened out within the next couple days. Basically, you can select any category that you want, and like I said, I'm not sure if this is working yet. And then you can select top 1,000, 100, or 10,000. Yeah, and they're working on the site right now. So that's, as I said, they'll bring up a list. You can download it in an Excel sheet. Makes everything very, very simple. And then all the software that we use, if you want to see the tools we use, if you want to see the hardware that we use, tons of people are always asking about it. So, we just put it on a page. And these are all the, programs we use, the things we talk about, but it has links to all the pages here. You can come here, just click on the links. Empower, OA, X-Ray, Be Cool, Keeper, Camel, and we do have discounts for most of these, but, you'll just have to look in the discount section, ungating the usual stuff. And this is the hardware that we're using. Definitely Scotty Peeler is at the top of the list, and this isn't things that everybody needs, you need to buy what you need to use in your business. Just like when we were starting out, we didn't have any help. Nobody was telling us what to buy. Nobody was telling us, the programs to use, and there was no software or, ungating services or any of that. But, we bought what we needed as we needed it. If you're not selling shoes, you probably don't need rubber bands. And this is a variety pack of bags. Actually, Andy Slamon's listing. He private labels these. And, it's just a starter pack, because if you're using hundreds of these a week, don't buy a multi-pack of 100 of each. You want to, what we do is we buy them by the 1,000 or by the case, whatever is the cheapest price, if we're going to use them in quantity. And if you're not using things with expiration dates, you don't need that, or, boxing sets, et cetera. But, this is the Dymo label printer we recommend. You can often find them between 50 and $100. These are all links to Amazon, but some of these things, you might not want to buy on Amazon. Here's the Dymo brand, or if you want to use the generic, here's the generic ones, as well as these labels. They're about $6 on Amazon, but you can buy them for $1 at Walmart. But, we're showing you all the products that we use, so you have a general idea. And when you need something, you can come here and see what we're using. Obviously, you're not going to buy boxes on Amazon. They're very expensive. But, you can see what we're using: 3-inch, 2-inch tape. And that's basically all of the free content. We're working on some things for, if you do RA stores, to go to, listings of the Walmarts around the country. So if you're traveling, you can make a list. If you can search by name. So, now let's get to the important part, the leads. Now we will have some more pages here. Just to get started, these are your lead, the page that has your leads. So everybody is in group 1 or group 2. Even if you were in Mastermind 3, we combined all of the Facebook groups into one group. And now, everybody's together. We can communicate with each other. That was my biggest issue all along, was not only did we have to post things into 3 places, but, everybody couldn't communicate together. So, now, we can do the extra work to post into multiple groups, but now everybody, is together, and you can help each other. And that's the beauty of having, a mastermind group, is being able to do that. So I did make a video. Almost every page, I have a video showing you what's going on this page. And, there is a lot going on. So, watch the video. Let me explain to you, what's going on in each page, and then you don't ever have to watch it again. This is where I'm going to put any notes that you need to know. The master list for your group, which is every lead we've ever found, is here. And then that's starting at the beginning of the year. From July of last year till December of 15, we were paying another sourcing group to find the product. So all of those leads are here as well. So this is from July to December, all in one sheet. And then here are your leads. So the way this works is Just like in the group, everybody gets, you know, you're going to get at least 10 leads a day, just like we were posting. And every day you're going to get your posts for that day. So Monday is today, and the leads are here. To see the most current ones, you just click on date sourced on this arrow, and you're going to see everything. And you can sort it by, you know, whatever information you want. You can also search, and you can you know, show as many as you want per page and go to the next pages. So every day, so tomorrow you'll see Tuesdays here as well as Mondays. You know, all the way till Friday. Then on Sunday, we're going to take all these leads and we're going to move them into the master sheet, you know, like we've done in the past. So they'll be empty here again. We'll put new sheets in here, and, you know, all the leads are going to go into the master list. And the master list just opens in a new tab if you click on it. You know, that's about all there is to this page. So that's it so far. And, you know, if anybody has anything that they'd like, you know, added, basically everything that's in that pinned post is going to go, you know, onto here. We're going to keep most everything in the pinned post, you know, but it's going to be a lot easier to watch the videos, you know, in a format that's, you know, curated to, you know, have everything categorized, and, you know, you'll be able to look at everything that you need to see. So yeah, Kelly, I'm just going to hit on some things we already said, but yeah, nothing has changed as far as who gets what. You know, you still get 50 people is limited. You know, that's why we have multiple pages. You know, and all of that. I don't know if there were other questions.
Yeah, there was one completely off topic, so.
That's fine. Yeah, Jonathan wanted to know about talking about electronics. We can do that. Is that the question?
Sorry, what was that?
Jonathan wanted to know about selling in electronics. Is that the question?
Yeah, I think up there it was how to correctly understand the BSR for electronics.
Right, that's what I just said. Okay.
Yeah, we
okay,
did.
Right, and Pam wanted to know, you have a flag up about shipping. If you mean that little red flag up at the top, you got to click on it. You click on it, it gets a little pop down, and then you click on the message and go and read the message, and that flag will go away. If that's what you mean, I'm not sure what else. You'll have to do whatever it says. Usually with shipping, you know, they'll block, you know, it sounds a lot worse than it is. You know, they block inbound shipping until you accept or, you know, reject whatever they're saying happened. You know, you didn't polybag something, or, you know, and I fight almost every one of them, and you always win. You know, it's things they say you didn't put a label on, or, you know, whatever it is. And unless they can prove that you did, like if they tell you did something, they don't have a picture, the camera's not working to prove it, then, you know, they can't prove it, and they, you know, they remove that from your account. You know, if you need specific help, Pam, we can, you know, do a private Zoom later, and I can walk you through it, or whatever it is you need. And let's see, Barry, you're having problems logging in. Just get with me afterwards, and I'll walk you through whatever problem. When you try and log in, Barry, you have to reset you have to basically
all of
your
it.
password. He did all that?
Yeah, he did that. I sent him the links as well, and he still wasn't able to do lost password. So I was gonna.
We can manually set a password, then later you can log in and change it as well. Yeah, we'll get you going. It's, you know, the problems with the new system.
The site says I'm already registered, but because I don't know it has me enter my email, but I don't get a follow-up password. It seems like a lot of the ones that are having issues, they're just not getting the follow-up. email.
I mean, it could be going to the spam folder if they're resetting, going to the spam folder or setting their password. You know, we can't resend that, you know, once it's sent, but, you know, they can go to that link and order it, or we can set a password. So that's not a problem. Okay, so Kelly wanted to know, I guess last question is if the Facebook Mastermind is still going to, yes. We have combined everybody into one Mastermind group now. So, you know, you probably didn't even notice it, but you were removed from one group, you were added to another, and everybody's in the same group. We're just not posting the leads in there because for most people weren't even getting the leads. You know, and that was the reason to have separate groups. So, you know, we put them together. There's a lot more interaction now. You know, I'm loving it. We're all able to talk to each other. You know, I don't have the same conversations with multiple people. We can all interact. You know, that's the point of a mastermind, is to be able to, everybody to help each other out, not just people asking me questions, you know, which I'm more than happy to always help anybody, but, you know, being able to deal with lots of other people. So yeah, let's talk about building your Amazon business. You know, a lot of good stuff. You know, it's not just, you know, about launching a new website, but you know, we can talk about electronics. Electronics is a tough category. CE is actually the category, consumer electronics. And when we go to, you know, we can look at the movers and shakers. I'll go ahead and share my screen. So I'm sharing my screen. We're just looking at the movers and shakers in electronics right now. But, you know, a lot of things don't show main categories. A lot of things don't show, this one will probably be fine. But okay, so, you know, this item, it's movers and shakers in electronics. It's number 20 in electronics. Electronics is a very big category. So if we just look for, let's see what we have in here. So there's 31,600,000 results in electronics. Probably one of the top, I'd say probably the top 4 categories on Amazon. And, you know, it's tough. There's a lot of stuff restricted in this category, you know, and some things you can sell, can't sell new. You can only sell used. Some stuff you can't sell used. But, you know, I don't know what the specific question is, but, you know, dealing with the sales rank, you know, you're going to look at it just like any other product, you know, look it up and keep you know, if it's ranked in the top, you know, a few thousand, of course, you know, buy whatever you can. But if it's lower, you know, you can use Keepa to see what kind of sales you have. And, you know, right. So, yeah, if you're looking, you were removed from the old group, and we'll come back to the electronics, but you were removed from the old group, removed from it, you were put in a new group. It's called Shawn Mayo's Mastermind. So
I just posted a link.
if you keep, right, there's a link to it. If you were always in Mastermind number 1, then you're still in that group. Nothing changed. If you're in group 2 or 3, then we've moved everybody together into the first group. You know, it's that simple. There's the link if you want to save the link, or when you search on you know, on Facebook, it's Shawn Mayo's Masterminds. You know, and if you want to search for the group, you know, so that's really all there is to it. You know, if you know about this, and you probably found your way, you know, into the new group. Okay, so we got more from Jonathan. I was searching an item in electronics, and the BSR was not showing in the top electronics category, but the fourth subcategory down. Right. So this is a common problem. I've covered this a lot in different groups, as well as videos I've made. So not every item, is in the main category. And this is a problem. There's a lot of products, a lot of high-end electronics won't be in the main category. And there's really no way to see how well it is selling. I even made a video to show how to tell if an item's in a main category or a subcategory. Because there were so many questions, and it's a big issue if you have VAs. So I'm gonna come down here and see. You see the nice pages that if Amazon created the product, this is what you see compared to what we get. I must have missed the rank.
Where?
Okay, so I'm not seeing the rank. So, if a product is in a subcategory or a subcategory or subcategory, there's no way to tell how many sales it is. None of the tools can track it. Only if it has a main category rank. So I'll show you, if you can see where a product says, so this first line, number 2 in grocery, where it says see top 1,000 in grocery and gourmet food. If you don't see that for whatever category, then it's in a subcategory, because it'll always give you this option to see the top 100. So this says number 2 in grocery and gourmet food. That is the top rank. If it only has these, a category with a greater than sign, and then these are all subcategories. And these products may be only in subcategories. It's, sometimes Amazon removes the top level category. A lot of products, thousands that I've run across myself have not been in this main category. So it's something that goes on Amazon, but it's also something we can't track it. But there's a lot of other information. At any time, Amazon could take away this bestseller rank, and we'll have to rely on other things like customer reviews. This has almost 5,000 customer reviews. There's going to be a top selling item. When one out of every few hundred people leave a review. This has sold tens of thousands. Maybe it's number 2 in grocery. It's probably sold hundreds of thousands of items. But even if we didn't know that, we could see by, the product, just knowing about the product by looking at the reviews, we're going to know that it's a good selling item and if it's worth buying or not. So sometimes you have to look at other things, but there's no way to tell if an item's in a subcategory how many sales it's getting. If it's a bad subcategory, it could be ranked number 1 and still, sell one every couple months. So unfortunately, there's no way to tell based on subcategory rank how well an item is selling. And in consumer electronics, a lot of products are just either not in the main category, or Amazon's removed the category rank. A lot of products you'll even look up on sites like, a lot more on Camel. You'll see a line going all the way across, for ranks, a straight line. And when Amazon removes that main rank, it still shows it. It'll keep tracking it forever at that until it gets a new rank. So, when you see that straight line that the main rank has been removed. So Jonathan, I hope that answered your questions. Another thing I wanted to go over until people come up with some other things. We talked about this last week, which was the giveaway we did. It's now over, so I can share the amazing thing that, you know, that happened here, which was, you know, this was huge. And like I said, viral sharing, you know, can make a huge impact on your business. So, you know, we gave away less than $50 worth of product. There were 22,394 entries. That's not that many people. But as you can see, users, 2281. So everybody who subscribed or signed up, you know, I got their email address, whether it was through Facebook or directly logging in. So now I have a mailing list of people who are interested in this product. For the most part, with 2,281 people on it, you know, minus a few that we use for testing. But not only that, if we look at viral shares first, you can see there was 242 successful viral shares, 15% conversion rate, which was pretty good. And when we look at the actions, that's not all. We didn't just get, you know, that many email addresses. We got 1,300 people that signed up for a newsletter, which we probably won't do again because we already had those emails. We have 1,067 new followers on Twitter. We gave people a image and a link to pin on Pinterest for extra entries. 679 times that's been pinned. So people pin that to different boards on Twitter 679 times, which wasn't an image just for this. It was an image and a link advertising our adult coloring books, and, you know, in this example. 511 tweets. So this was, you know, hey, check out our, you know, check out this giveaway, which was an image and, you know, a message that we created. They just clicked on one button to do it. And then they retweeted this, which wasn't even to give them more. This gave them more entries in the giveaway, but this wasn't their viral share. This was one that I created myself. So they were actually tweeting twice. They retweeted my message, and then they tweeted a message on Twitter. And then, you know, this was extra times that people did the share the giveaway, which was posting on Facebook, posting on Twitter. 120 new followers on Snapchat. You know, so, I mean, this was huge, you know, 1,000 people on Twitter, 2,000 new email addresses. You know, a ton of action on Pinterest. And when I think I looked at it, it had over, you know, I had one tweet now. This one tweet had, it had almost 400 retweets, you know, and it was the same one. So it got credit for that. And then these are all the, you know, the actions, the amount of users. You could see, you know, this was when it really started to go viral. Was right here. This was the users is the green. So we were over 600. We got over 600 signups on this one day on April 25th. 600 new emails, and here was pretty good too. Somewhere probably around, you know, 300. You know, and this was the last day. So it ended on April 30th. So, you know, it was starting to go up again. And probably would have continued to go up if it hadn't, you know, if it hadn't ended that night. You know, so, you know, and as I said before, this can be applied to, this can really be, you know, applied to anything. You know, people, you know, you're selling on FBA, you know, you should be creating a mailing list. You should be contacting people a couple times a week or once a week, you know, or once a month, you know, telling them about the products that you have, you know, and building your list. It's not hard, you know, it's not hard to do, you know, these giveaways that people share. And we really didn't do much. There's a ton of places you can post and, you know, advertise free giveaways, Facebook groups. You know, if you're selling books, you know, there's places you can give away free books. There's places you can give away, you know, free toys, whatever niche you're in that you're selling the most of. You know, that's what you do the giveaway for. That's what you promote. And then, you know, these are your customers. You know, you can You can post for, you can share other things. You can share anything that, you want to, to grow your income. And, it doesn't take too long. And, you have a mailing list of 10, 15, 20,000 people that you can sell anything to, but especially sell your own products to, and you use your own link. So it doesn't matter, if you have the buy box or not, because when you use your own link on Amazon, you always have the buy box. You're the only seller. Right. Last week, we discussed the process to go through artist degree coloring books. Yeah. So, just like you buy clip art or anything else, you license it. There's, a lot of different sites that you can do that on. We've went on Upwork, which we're going to talk about here in a moment. We've gone on Upwork, and we have artists creating original work. We can also find art that we like, on different sites, and, Deviant Art, and a lot of them, you'll see a lot of coloring books and things like that on there. You can go to those artists. You can license that work. You can hire people to do it yourself. We've gone on Upwork, as I said, and we've hired people. And we're gonna share our screen. I'm going to go over to Upwork, and I'm going to show you guys really how easy the process of hiring somebody is. For anything, we use Upwork for everything. We hire people for doing VAs, for doing audio and video work, and helping to create, our websites. Okay, so this is a page. Of course, you have to create an account, and then you can find. All you do is post, a simple, basic message. This is how we hire VAs to help us find leads, and people to help maintain our Amazon account. And you can hire people starting at $3 an hour, and it goes up from there. We have a programmer doing a programming job who's many times that much, and any kind of remote job that you can think of. I don't know why. So these are some of the jobs that we have right now. So if we go to post a job, we have over a dozen contractors working for us at one time. So, this is an example of one of our jobs for a VA for sourcing product, which I think most of you would need to use. So, it's very simple. We create a category, administrative support, and web research. So, you just select the category and a subcategory, and, write a simple message, which was comparing e-commerce sites to Amazon, and, a short description. And what I recommend is that if you're going to hire somebody, ask some kind of question or have them do some kind of task. Like, when we were having people research, web research, or, even when we hired somebody to help us find some of the artwork. So we had them, we knew that they knew what they were doing. We told them to go find us, a coloring book page, with some specifications, and, to attach that to their message. So the way to weed out most of the junk who just sends a basically a form letter to you, You know, you don't want those people. You want the people who's going to actually read your messages, follow your directions. If they're not going to follow directions, you know, you don't even want to get into hiring them or wasting your time talking to them. So what we did was, you know, we tell them to find something. We tell them to do something. We ask a question, you know, even if it's what is your favorite color, you know, you ask a question that they have to have read the, you know, read your description and be able to answer it. So, you know, even if it's that simple, always do that right here in the description. So when they respond, they will respond with that answer. And everybody who doesn't, we just automatically remove them. So that weeds out the people who, you know, are just applying for every job they see. So we do that. We, you know, ask if it's a project, one time or ongoing work, you know. So, you know, if you just want to hire somebody to, you know, remove the backgrounds from, you know, 100 images or 10 images, it would be a one-time project. If you're hiring somebody by the hour to continuously work, of course, ongoing work. If you want to hire one person or multiples, skills needed. So we use English, internet research, data entry, Google Docs, and Microsoft Excel. How are you going to pay? It's a fixed price, you know, if it's a set job for one price, or if you're going to pay them by the hour. And we've done both, and both work, you know, for different reasons. So for this job, of course, entry level, we're paying them $3.33 an hour. So after the fees, they for Upwork, they make $3 an hour. I've hired people that, you know, I've gotten from referrals that were, you know, getting paid as little as $1 an hour, and we're looking for a job, you know, just paying a little more, and they were very happy with what we paid them. You know, we pay them what, you know, the going rate is. It's the same as selling on Amazon. You can buy it for $2 at Walmart. You can sell it for $10 on Amazon. You know, we're not ripping people off. We're selling things for, you know, what the going value is. So the going rate in their country, you know, is what we're paying, you know. So, you know, we're paying a better wage than a lot of people. Some of those, like online jobs.ph, I think you only got to pay like $1.20 an hour. So, you know, we pay, you know, what the, you know, the going rate is. How long you want the job to last, you know, this really doesn't matter. You know, they're going to see it when they look. So that's what we, you know, don't lie. Don't say you have a 6-month job when they're only going to work a week, then you're going to fire them. You know, it doesn't make sense. And also, if it's full-time or part-time, if you want somebody to work 40 hours, you know, put that there, because, you know, those kind of people are who's going to apply. People who only can work 10 hours a week, you know, they're already working 50, 60 hours a week. They may only have time to do 10 or 15 hours. So that's the jobs they're looking at. And then freelancer preferences, this is where you can look at the, you know, some of the specifics, locations. You want somebody from the U.S. for a specific job, what kind of English level. Conversational is usually what we use, you know, fluent, native, you know, some things we need that for, you know, of course you want this or this if, you know, they're going to be writing things or things like that. But if they're doing research, you probably don't need that. And that's all there is, you know. Then you click on post job. I'm not going to do that here because I already have this job posted. But I'll show you an open job. This is one I just did to help somebody. I never even looked at any of them. But as you can see, 47 applications. You know, we've had over 100 for some of them. And, you know, this is basically it. You know, this is their rate that they post. You know, their regular rate is, this isn't what you have to pay them. You know, see $3.33 on a lot of them. This is the total hours they've worked. You know, I've hired a few that have worked out, but for the most part, I don't hire anybody who has 0 hours. You know, and then you can look at, you can click on, you know, click on the description. It's going to give you a cover letter. This cover letter is specifically what they sent to you. The overview is basically their default phone number that's on their account that's automatically put in there. So this is showing their availability, more than 30 hours a week, their language, and it's been verified, which means they had to take a test. Tagalog is their native or bilingual language, which, is basically the main language of the Philippines, and their job success rate. How many total hours they've worked, 7,300 hours and 11 jobs, which is, quite a bit. And these are the things they say. So, you don't hire somebody right from here. We're going to talk to them. We're going to, send them some messages, ask about their availability, ask them what history they have. You can see how many hours they work, the job, how much they've earned, all that information. You can send them messages and you go back and forth. And then when you're ready to hire them, you make an offer. You are basically offering a set. We can do that. You're offering them however much you want to offer them per hour. This is the rate they're asking for, but of course, you don't have to offer that. So the hourly rate, you can edit that to whatever you want, and you can limit the amount of hours you want them to work, and then you can change that after it gets going. So maybe you want them to do 10 hours a week just to try them out. You can change it right here when you make the offer, and this is the maximum amount they can earn. I never allow freelancer to log time manually if needed. So they can get to the end of the week, and they're working 40 hours, or they're supposed to work 40 hours. They work 2 hours. They can punch in 38, and then they'll get paid for it. And, it's really a fight to do that, to get that back. So, I never allow that. And I'll show you why later on. We can view what they're doing. This is why I always use Upwork. If they're being paid by the hour, you can, it takes screenshots at random every few minutes to show you what was actually they were working on. And then if you click this option, it's going to close the job, which means nobody else will see it, nobody else will apply, and yes, you understand you're hiring somebody. So, that's about all there is to the hiring process. It's very easy. Just ask plenty of questions, and, of course, we're here to, help you out with anything you need as far as that. But once you hire them, I'll show you, this is what's so great about Upwork. They have to log in to an app type tool that is going to log, their screen, every 10 or so minutes. It takes a screenshot so you can see what's going on, that they're not on Facebook or whatever it is they use over there. So if we go over to reports, we can see how much our employees have worked so far. So this shows you every day how many hours they work, the total, and how much money they have coming so far. Of course, it's already Tuesday where they're at, but it's shown in local time. So so here you can see the time that they're working. See 12:07 and then 12:19, so 12 minutes later, and then 4 minutes later. So it picks times at random. It shows what they're on the screen. You can click on it, it's going to go full screen, or it's a little thumbnail. You can click full screen. So it's showing everything that they're doing. So they're not just sitting, letting it sit on the screen for an hour, and getting paid for working that hour. They have to actually do the work. And if it don't work out, it's very easy to fire them. But, the main thing I always say is not to hire anybody that you're afraid to fire. So be prepared to hire, fire anybody, don't feel bad that, be prepared to not feel bad is what I should say. Don't be afraid to hire them. So Mark said he has a 19-year-old college student that has expressed interest in working for him, scanning items in stores. What would be a fair number to give him? Would you set a fee, or would you base on number of profitable items he finds per day? What we do, of course, we have people doing this. We have some college students that work, on their own schedule. I think $10 is a fair price, $10 an hour to pay them, after some, and training and all that. But, I wouldn't ever really give people, a cut of profits or any of that. Either they want to work for you or not. They're going to be a hard worker, or you're going to let them go. You need people that are going to be, of course, it's your business. Of course, it's your business. So, nobody's ever going to care as much as you do. But, everybody, part of your business or organization should be interested in, the business doing well. As the business does well, you're going to do well, they're going to do well, and you let them know that. If you're wondering how you're going to vet that they really put in the time, well, if you're not getting leads from them, they're not putting in the time. If it's not somebody you can trust to actually work on their own, and, you can't stand over anybody's shoulder, and make sure they're working. If they're not working, then you have to find somebody else, and you explain that to them before they start. You're a very small operation. You're going to know if he's putting in the time or not, and if he doesn't produce results, then you can't afford to pay him. If he doesn't produce results, then, you're not making any money, and you're not going to have any money to give to him. So, vetting that they put in the time should never be, a question. It's an issue, but, you'll see immediately when he says he works 8 hours, if he finds 5 items, then, then he's not working. So, I would give him expectations of what, what you want, but you can't put a quota in something like this, because sometimes you'll find 2 an hour, sometimes you're going to find 10 an hour. But you can tell them what you should expect. You can't hire anybody to do anything that you can't do yourself. So you should know how many that you can scan. So he might be a little better than you, he might be a little worse than you, but whatever you're finding, he should be able to find a similar number. And when they're not coming up with that, then it's an issue. But trust should be the number one thing. You got to hire people that you can trust. Usually, I get a few almost immediately, as far as, hiring people on Upwork, and it depends on what job. What was the job that you put out there for, a VA to do web research? Because, there's probably thousands of those people out there. I think we've gotten over 200 on some of them. So in 24 hours, we usually would get 30 or 40 of them. Graphic design work. So yeah, we don't get a whole lot for, let me look. I think we have some. So I did one looking for a graphic designer to do some T-shirt design, and I got 10 responses. It was probably closer to 15 or 20, but I remove them when I don't, it's nobody that works out. And artists for doing coloring books, we got about 15, and another one we got about 10. So let's see. I think there's some more here. So that was over time, but I would think you should get more than one in a day. It's all about the title. They're scrolling through a lot of job ads, so get a title and get that information out there that's easy to read. I've never had a problem with people not applying, but don't write a novel in that title. Write what you need, graphic designer, and whatever it is that you're looking to get done. So merch, yeah. There's a lot of good merch designers. And, if you're looking for if you go into Chris Green's Merch by Amazon, there's, in his group, whatever it's called, Merch Life, there's a ton of, of designers in there already that, are doing great work. So, and there's a lot. We found quite a few good ones on Upwork. So, and they know what it is. I'd say, right, bulk t-shirt design, just like we did. We got probably 20 people who applied for that. So, yeah, I don't think you should have a problem with that. And we're really out of time. So if anybody have any questions, if you haven't logged into the site, gotten into the site yet, get with us. We'll get it worked out.
Hey,
Barry,
real quick.
Right, Barry.
Anybody that private messaged me today in the webinar saying they can't get into the site, can you guys just send me a message on Facebook as well? Because I have a couple people I'm trying to keep up with and I don't want to forget. So just private message me and I will get all you guys in order.
Yeah, all these chat messages are going to go away. So
yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap it up. Barry, I'm going to get with you right now, and we'll get all your issues worked out. And if you're having any other issues, just get with me. We'll always make time for all of you guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye, guys.